Well, the state tournament for Nebraska boys high school basketball began today in downtown Lincoln. The Nebraska baseball team kicked off a 9-game homestand at Haymarket Park, and Scott Frost tells us what to expect in spring practice. All that and more coming up on Star City Sports. Welcome into Star City Sports. I'm Matt Reynoldson. The high school state basketball tournaments bring plenty of fans to Lincoln, and beginning today, a few local teams started their quest to bring home the hardware. Starting off at Devaney Center this morning, Lincoln Christian versus Grand Island Central Catholic in the first round, a 5-seed versus 4-seed matchup. Lincoln Christian's Max McEwen driving in for the nice layup right here to put Christian on top in the first half. But Grand Island Central Catholic would not go away quietly. That three by Peyton Court gave the Crusaders a lead. But a three-ball by Caleb Canfield in the second half stretched Lincoln Christian's lead. That was a big one, and Lincoln Christian goes on to win by 11. In our second game of the day, York versus Crete in Class B, a number 1 seed versus a number 8 seed matchup. Clay Uhair looking to help Crete to the upset with a nice layup right there. But Brady Danielson has something to say about that. A little floater in the lane to pace York in the first half. Second half action, Crete trying to make a comeback against York. Carter Kent knocks down a big-time three to pace Crete, but Brady Danielson and the York Dukes were just too much. York survives in double overtime, knocking off 8-seeded Crete 69-67. Other scores of note include Class B, number 4 Bennington defeating number 5 Aurora 55-45. In Class C1, number 1 Wahoo knocking off number 8 Ogallala 87-44, and an upset in Class D1 as Lord Central Catholic knocked off number 2 Paxton. With plenty of area teams in action today, one team holds the best regular season record of any Lincoln school in the last 20 years. When tonight's quarterfinal game against Omaha Bryan tips off, the Lincoln East Spartans will be chasing their first state title since 2001.
It's been really fun this year. Well, the past couple of years we didn't quite get where we wanted to get the state, and just with us seniors, it's pretty exciting to get there this year.
I mean, we've never really sat down and talked about records, never really sat down and talked about really what we already have accomplished, because it's this week in practice has really just kind of seemed like most other weeks in practice.
We're still going about things the same way, still working hard, same focus. Nothing's going to come easy for us, and that we got to take it one game at a time, and nothing's guaranteed. So
if we lost 4 games or 5 games or 6 games, I don't think that would really change the perception of who these guys are.
Lincoln East tips off its quarterfinal matchup at 7:45 tonight. Well, elsewhere in Lincoln, another opening day, and this one for a spring sport. The Nebraska baseball team opened up a 9-game homestand this afternoon with a matchup against Cal Poly out of San Luis Obispo. It's the home opener for the Big Red after starting off the season with 11 games away from Lincoln. Hovering around the low 40s for first pitch, it wasn't exactly the warmest out there, but the Huskers say they're just glad to play at home in any weather.
Everyone's got to go out there and play in the same weather, so you just got to deal with it and mentally prepare yourself and just forget about it.
Especially with hitting, once you start trying too much, once you're trying to hit a 6-run home run, it's the results usually aren't too good.
It's definitely exciting to just be out in the field the day before the start of the series and just get everything going with the guys.
Well, new Nebraska head coach Scott Frost has had a busy few months as the Huskers' new head man. However, he did make time to go on the Husker Sports Network's Sports Nightly program last night and even take calls from a few fans on the show. Among things discussed, Frost said he's excited for a good quarterback battle in the spring between Tristan Gebbia, Patrick O'Brien, and true freshman Adrian Martinez. The Huskers will have morning practices in the spring and will not be hosting official visits for the spring game. Frost said his staff will also put an emphasis on being completely open to area high school coaches. Now time for your Star City News play of the day comes from Detroit. DeMar DeRozan with the big-time dunk. Less than 10 seconds left to put Toronto ahead. Take one more look at it. The veteran for the Raptors giving them the win.
All right, Matt, can we get an update on Nebraska baseball?
Well, unfortunately, tough sledding for Nebraska baseball right now. Cal Poly just scored 10 straight runs to take a 14-8 lead into the 9th inning. So kind of a rough day for the Huskers in the home opener.
Well, hopefully they can make it up this weekend because they have their big opening weekend coming up. And another Nebraska team that's got a big weekend to potentially look forward to is the Husker basketball team.
Absolutely, and you'll find out if the Huskers are in the tournament within the first 10 minutes of the broadcast. New format for TBS.
All right, can't wait to find out.